I wanted to do some digging to really get to the bottom of why Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have this obsession with this expensive, elitist security. And then I found the answer. Yep, that totally checks. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor, TGIF to all of you. And we're following up on this security gate that's happening with Meghan and Harry, where Harry recently lost his bid to have the UK taxpayers pay for extra inflated security for their own inflated egos. This comes in from the Mirror. A royal expert spoke to them and expressed their reasoning, which is that Harry and Meghan's inflated idea of their own importance is behind their obsession with safety. And when I saw that, I was like, truer words could not be more spoken. Celebrities pay for their own security. That's just what happens. But this idea that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle deserve our tax dollars is ludicrous, especially when they're getting it. That's what's so frustrating about this whole story. They're getting security, guys. They get security when they, go through the protocols that they need to go through to get it. But no, they want this special extra safety. That's the royal guard and the whole 9 yards. They can't walk around and look like they're not royals. That's really what this is about. So I want to talk about the fact that, Meghan Markle's saying she couldn't bring the children because it wasn't safe. But meanwhile, she's planning to visit, and reports are saying she's planning to bring the children. So what changed? This was all just a big nothing burger. Before we expose the hypocrisy of Meghan there, let's go through what this expert said, because I think they really have something you guys need to hear here. So Harry and Meghan have an obsession with safety due to their own inflated egos. They've raised a number of concerns in recent months about not feeling safe with Harry's claim for government security recently being rejected by the High Court. Harry already revealed he plans to appeal the verdict in a blistering statement hitting out the ruling. The couple been told that they will receive increased security on any New York visits. We're still waiting to verify, is this real? Trust me, been all over that. No new news there. But royal expert and author Tom Quinn, who Steph assures me is one of the top ones out there, was chiming in on this. And Tom's comments are spot on. The Duke and Duchess have an obsession with their personal safety because they have an inflated idea of their own importance. It is certainly, sorry, I'm getting these pop-ups out. It is certainly true that they are more likely than the average person to be at risk. I think we'd all agree to that. Yes, they're celebrities, whether we like it or not. But in their own minds, they feel they are the most important couple in the world, and therefore almost certain to be harmed in some way. Throughout his life, Harry has assumed, like all members of the royal family, that he is special, and he assumes everyone agrees with him. Is this sounding accurate so far? When he ceased to be a working royal, the sense of being special did not go away. It's almost as if he didn't really believe that ceasing to be a working royal makes any difference. In his own mind, he is still a senior royal and therefore deserving of taxpayer support when it comes to security. Spot on. Referring to Harry's latest battles, Tom added, he cannot stay out of them due to an obsession with the defeating a world that is always, in his view, out to get him. He has always seen himself as a victim, and it's very hard to shake that off. Every defeat in court simply makes him redouble his efforts to prove that he is right and everyone else is wrong. My goodness. How about another round of applause there for Tom? This is so accurate to Harry. It's just so accurate. So it's their own inflated egos is why they really want this security. I also think it's because they think they can then, if they get this granted, right, they're going to get that IPP status. This is one step of many that we got that, so we should also just get this, and we might as well get this too, right? They want all those perks and titles. They need them to survive. And so Tom's spot on. Now, where the rest of the story turns, and it's interesting, is just the hypocrisy of Meghan Markle and Harry claiming, and in the new documents when they were, in this case that they lost, they were planning to bring the children to the UK, but were prevented. Prince Harry and Meghan wanted to bring Archie and Lilibet to the UK, but were prevented by a lack of security measures. When he lost his case, obviously they downgraded security. Meghan's now seemed to claim, well, I'm never stepping foot again. And apparently there was this instant. There was a time of the visit. Archie was 3. His little sister Lilibet was 15 months. But the decisions made by the Executive Committee for the Protection of Royalty and Public Figures, which coordinates security between the royal household, Metropolitan Police, and Home Office, prevented them from bringing their children on the trip, which was initially planned for the duo to visit with several charities close to their hearts. Now, I don't buy this. I can't prove it, but I've seen a lot of people on Twitter talking about as well that even this is BS. Like the timelines don't make sense. So I'm still looking into this, but what do you guys think? Do you believe they really were like, no, you can't bring the kids. It's not that safe? Because that just seems hard to believe. Maybe due to Harry and Meghan's own doing. They made the trip without the children and made an appearance at the One Young World Summit and the Well Child Awards. While they were in the country, Queen Elizabeth sadly died and the Duke and Duchess extended their trip to the state funeral. But yeah, who was watching the kids throughout all that time? And why couldn't they just stay with nannies and help in some sort of estate? It makes no sense. The claimant and his wife and children would be visiting the UK between 2 and 11 of September 22. The itinerary did not redacted text. On August 2022, Ravik met to decide what protective security, if any, should be provided. A letter outlining the decision was sent to the private secretary of the sovereign. Since the request of protective security had come through the royal household, the letter was from the chair. It explained that redacted. In response, Harry and Meghan argued it was not safe for them to bring their children. So yeah, again, even it's like, it's up for debate. It's totally up for debate how they're doing it. They spin this like they're victims, but let's for a moment humor them, okay? Now, they're saying it's not safe to visit. Okay, it's not safe to bring your own children. This is what they're now claiming. So why is she coming back? Like, what is this? Why is she planning a trip to come back to the Invictus Games with the kids and potentially use them, dangle them to get the king to show up? This idea that they're too scared to come is absolutely ludicrous. She'll come with restrictions in place, is how she's now trying to spin it. It's so unsafe for me to come. I don't think I can do it. Ugh, there's so many things we need to do out there, but this whole country is just too unsafe for me. But meanwhile, Harry, said it on GMA. I got trips planned to take me through the UK, back to the UK. I'll be in to stop with family as much as I can. But they would have to be, would Meghan come? Thinks Meghan will accompany restrictions on who should be allowed to talk to. As reported, they would be confined, I think, to meetings with Charles and perhaps Eugenie and Beatrice. The rest of the family would have to think hard about the implications of meeting Harry and Meghan. So it's more about who she is seen with than even the safety. It's absolutely ludicrous. Meghan Markle warned UK visit highly unfavorable as Sussex is branded unpredictable. She was last seen in 2022, but could return with her husband in May. That's the upcoming visit. And it's theories that the kids could come as well. Here it is. Reportedly joined by Archie and Lilibet. They could even meet with the royal family. This is that whole thing I'm talking about, that Invictus Games in London in May. That's going to be when suddenly, well, I guess it's secure and safe enough to bring the kids because the king's going to show up and it'll be Invictus Games and we get money for that. Yay! It's like sickening, the hypocrisy here. Is it safe or not, Meghan? If it's not safe, you shouldn't even be coming to the Invictus Games. You and the kids should just live in Montecito, never step foot in the UK. According to your own reports, it is not safe for you to come. It's just not. You've said it. Highly unfavorable as Sussex, branded unpredictable. It is, where was it? It is too safe. So unsafe that even Ravik said, steer clear. Steer clear on it. But no, they're still going to come anyway. Again, coming back around, I wanted to say it again. This is all about ego. It's all about ego. Now, I do genuinely think they need security. Of course, they would. There are crazies out there and whatnot, but that's why you pay for it yourself. That's why you got all that money ditching on the royals. You admitted it to Oprah. You need to pay for your security. You acknowledge that you have to pay for your security. So you know the rules. That's the tax of being rich. Yes, you're rich, you're famous, you get a lot of perks, but you have to pay a lot more for certain things. You do. But you also get a lot of freebies and people fly you around in their jets, Harry and Meghan. You get a lot of perks for it. So the tax of it is, you got to pay for your own security when you go out and, extra help, etc. yeah, that's what comes with it. But you're making enough money. You're making the millions. You can swing it. I don't think we really feel that. Sorry for you. You are not victims, and you don't need inflated security for your inflated egos. Sorry. What do you guys think, though? I want to hear your thoughts. Tell me down below. Before you get there, make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that bell for alerts. Smash that bell and smash that like button. It is Friday, and typically I think moving forward, I'm going to try to do a live show on Fridays around this time. So stay tuned. We are planning it. What kind of guests would you like to see on that show? Would you like a royal party every Friday where we get to hang out with a new guest and a new conversation and going through the weeks of the royals topics? I want to hear your thoughts. I hope we can start it up next week is my plan. So you're not going to miss it. Hit that subscribe. Join our Patreon. Support the channel that way if you can swing it. It's the best way to support us directly. And thank you all so much for watching. We'll be back with more soon and other breaking news if it happens. So make sure to stay tuned. Thank you guys so much.